Hi, Natalie.
Hi.
Congratulations on the unsolved murder of Beverly Smith being the first Canadian Amazon original true documentary series.
Thank you very much. I'm very honored to be sharing it with the world.
This was really interesting because the first episode, instead of focusing on the murder victim, focuses on the prime suspect. How did you decide to go in that direction?
We looked at this story from all angles because it's a 50-year-old story. It has been in the public eye for decades. It began as a tragic event, the loss of life of a young mother. And over the 50 years that followed, there were so many highs and lows in the search for justice and trying to find out who did it. And there was a series of dramatic events that happened about 3 decades after the murder. And we felt we wanted to start there before going back in time and actually exploring who Beverly was and what happened the night she was murdered.
How did you first hear about this murder?
When I was approached to do the series, is how I heard about this case, and it gripped me from the start because of the impact the crime has had on the families, the fact that they were eager to participate. The accused in this story has lived many lifetimes throughout the 50 years since December 9th, 1974. And it was a storyteller's gift in terms of the human emotions that I could access and the universal truths that we could feature in this important series.
Were you interested in true crime before this documentary?
I full confession here, I'm not a fan of true crime personally. I find it very disturbing, and I find it, it can be very upsetting, and in some cases voyeuristic. I do love some true crime shows that try to do things a bit differently, and that's what we actually tried to do with this, is to take a unique approach to true crime, make it character driven, and steer the conversation away from glorifying the crime and rather moving toward a premium cinematic treatment of the gripping human stories that the crime unleashed. And that kind of true crime I love.
Would you be interested in directing and producing any other series based on Canadian true crimes?
Absolutely, absolutely, especially if I had the license, like I did with this show, to do it differently and artistically and with a certain sensitivity and poetry and metaphor. Absolutely, because I think that in true crime, we find our darkest places as human beings, but also stories of resilience and hope and courage and survival. And as a storyteller, these are the things that we live for.
I love the Canadian slant in which it's explained that the Mr. Big sting operation would be illegal in other countries. Did you find any other police procedures that are unique to Canada while looking into this case?
This one is unique. This particular sting operation is indeed unique, and I do not think the viewer will have heard of anything like it.
Now, this is an unsolved mystery. After this documentary, are we any closer to solving this murder?
I don't want to give that away, but I will hint that with any kind of complicated case such as this and tragic event such as this, it is near impossible to have neat resolution.
Your work is really diverse. You've done documentaries about dance, marine mammal captivity, the food industry, and now a murder case. What are you working on next?
Well, you made me smile actually as you were saying that, because it's when I was a little girl and I wanted to be a filmmaker, I imagined that I could access all of these different types of stories and talk to so many different kinds of people about their lives and what they care about. And so I feel privileged to be able to do this. I currently have several offers on the table, and I'm looking at what the next project is going to be. But I'm taking a minute actually just to breathe and enjoy the downtime, because the last 13 months have been grueling. And so the next project that I will do will be something that I love just as much as this.
I want to thank you, Natalie, for talking to me about the unsolved murder of Beverly Smith. I can't wait to see the rest of the episodes when it debuts on Prime Video.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this interview, please hit the like button And also subscribe and press the notification button so that you don't miss out on any other celebrity interviews.